whatever we perceive through our senses causes reactions in all of our being. If, for example, through our sight we would see a snake a few meters from us, the image of the snake would be sent in a fraction of a second to our subconscious, identified and recognized as something extremely dangerous. The heartbeat would accelerate, the tension would rise in every muscle, adrenaline would be released, and the breath would become faster and noisier. Immediately, a series of reactions would begin all over our body to face in the most efficient way possible that emergency. The same happens in front of any other kind of stimulation would be received through one of the senses. Smelling a rose, touching a cactus, hearing an alarm, tasting something gone bad. Continuously our senses stimulated, send information to the brain, and from there an appropriate answer to such stimulation is sent to the rest of the body through the nervous system. Pleasant stimulations would induce relaxation and harmony, stressful or negative stimulations would instead induce tension and anxiety. In the same way, whatever we do with our body affects the mind exactly like the stimulations we receive through the senses. Through the stimulation of certain muscles or the position of certain joints derived from our body posture and facial expression, for example, we continuously send electrical impulses telling our system what's going on and beginning a chain of reactions in the entire body. Observe the three people sitting on the bench. It's easy to guess the mood in which the three people are. Mr. Left looks kind of depressed, carrying an apathetic attitude and most probably negative thoughts. Mr. Middle seems okay, positive mood and attitude, relaxed. Mr. Right looks pretty aggressive, nervous, agitated, stressed. What is allowing us to understand so easily which is their mood and the probable content of their thoughts? Their body positions and facial expressions. Those ways of expressing with the body will cause contractions of certain muscles that are used to express such mood in the face and body. This message, whatever its nature, would not only be sent outward to people watching the scene, it would also be sent inward to their own organs and muscles. Mr. Left is saying to his system that he is depressed, apathetic, having negative thoughts, and consequently asking for responses that would support the kind of mood requested. Mr. Center says that everything is fine, relaxed, serene. Mr. Right is saying to his brain he is angry, anxious, stressed. Carried through the nervous system, messages matching their moods will reach all the organs. As the sight of a snake, the smell of a rose, or the touch of a cactus, in the same way, the fact that certain specific muscles are activated in combination between themselves to hold a specific posture or facial expression will be sending messages to the brain, stimulating answers that have normally been associated to the activation of those muscles. Let's try to understand properly. Take into consideration smiling, for example. Think about something that makes you smile. Once the smile is on your face, a sincere smile, try to have a negative thought. Difficult, huh? Every time we smiled in our life, we had positive thoughts going on. The body was relaxed, and the breath started flowing more quietly. We repeated this association thousands of times, and our nervous system has learned to recognize the activation of the smiling muscles and respond to it in very specific ways. The activation of the muscles of the mouth in direction of sincere smile has no connection with negative thoughts or particular tensions. It has always been associated with thoughts of different nature. Positive thoughts, this is the group that has been created in our brain by us. When we are sincerely smiling, can be easily noticed a particularly relaxed state of our body, a more fluent breath, and positive and less frantic content in our thoughts. The activation of those specific muscles in the face implies a profound effect on the rest of the whole body, on the breath, and on the mind. Now we want to use the understanding of those informations to observe how those principles are applicable also about the way our breath flows, because the same principle mentioned is valid for the message carried by the way we breathe 21,000 times a day. Upper chest way of breathing stimulates the activation of muscles and rhythms that are normally associated with a response stimulated by danger. the fight-to-flight response. Fight-to-flight activates in front of danger. Heartbeat fastens, tension rises, adrenaline is released, breath shortens and speeds up. Muscles of the upper chest activate to give as soon as possible to the closest part of the lungs available, the upper part, some oxygen that would allow us to react as fast as possible. Stressful situation. When we regularly breathe with the upper chest, we are simulating this situation 21,000 times a day. The fact that such groups of muscles are activated in order to breathe will be recognized by the rest of the system as a fight-to-flight situation. So messages that would grant an adequate reaction are sent all over the body. The thoughts become more frantic, their content more negative, while tension is held in the joints and muscles so that everything can be ready for the fight-to-flight situation. If while breathing it would be muscles of lower part of the trunk to be activated, belly, sides and lumbar region, that would mean for the rest of the body that everything is going well, exactly like during a sincere smile. On the contrary, the fact that are instead muscles of the upper part of the trunk to guide the breath, for the rest of our body it means that something alarming must be happening. 21,000 times a day we are promoting anxiety and tension of organs and muscles because of the way we are breathing. Our organism ends up living every moment of the day as if it was in a state of emergency and danger, constantly. The deeper and less urgent breathing pattern that manifests with the crocodile posture offers a unique opportunity of having a strong, clear and undisputable message of relaxation spreading from within ourselves, while an appropriate amount of oxygen allows organs and brain to function regularly without need to struggle or suffer. Imagine taking out of your daily life 21,000 messages of danger that cause a tense, stressed, unnatural and hurtful way of functioning of your organs, muscles and emotions, and a poor support of oxygen every day. And then imagine to add 21,000 profound messages of proper functioning, harmony, focus and effectiveness, while giving the full amount of oxygen needed by the organs every single day. Rest, appropriate support of oxygen, proper expulsion of carbon dioxide, relaxation, fluidity, focus, letting go, calmness, equilibrium, awareness, harmony. Habits, good ones, are being trained. If in front of stressful stimulations the breath maintains its equilibrium and flow, the same will do the mind and the nervous system. The internal message of harmony will manifest itself progressively stronger and stronger in daily circumstances, increasing emotional stability day by day. Less consequent holding fears. No diaphragmatic breathing means agitation, stress, tension, lack of control, emotional confusion, sense of separation. Every observances and practices we followed needs a diaphragmatic breath as a foundation in order to bring the desired effects. Every action performed in life needs a diaphragmatic breath as a foundation, in order to express its own potential and to be fully enjoyed. Less conflicts, less negative thinking, less depression, less emotional turmoil. A river of constrictions and limitations, replaced by a river of harmony and fulfillment. During the next 2 weeks, keep on practicing the crocodile posture once a day, refining the position, learning the steps to follow, and becoming more familiar with the practice itself. In the meantime, throughout the day keep on applying all the observations of the breath and of the tension, and applying all the suggestions recommended in the previous articles. May the crocodile posture become your daily pleasant ritual that invites 21,000 smiles a day.